In Java, classes are loaded into memory by class loaders. There are multiple class loaders and they will load the classes in a hierarchical fashion. The very first class in the application is loaded by using the static main method. When the JVM invokes that method, it will first load the class and then it will invoke it. From that point, all the classes are loaded as required by this particular class. The core class loader, the parent in the JVM, is called a bootstrap class loader. It loads all the classes in the JRE lib folder, all the system libraries or the JDK libraries that come with the JDK or JRE installation. The extension class loader loads all the classes and jars under the ext folder of the JRE. If we put any third-party jars in here that we need for our application, this class loader is responsible for loading them as required. Then comes the system class loader, which loads everything on the class path, which we place on the class path, like JDBC jar, Hibernate jar, Spring classes, etc. The JVM provides hooks using which we can write our own custom class loaders. We rarely do this, but application server developers, WebLogic, WebSphere, JBoss, etc., they are the ones who write their own custom class loaders as required. The child class loaders, this is a parent-child hierarchy here. The extension class loader is a child of bootstrap class loader. Similarly, the system class loader is a child of extension class loader. So the child class loaders will always have access to the parent classes loaded by the parent class loader, but not the other way around. The parent cannot access the child classes class loader. And the child class loaders, before they load a particular class into memory, they will request the parent to load it. And if the parent already has loaded it, then there is no need to load it. That way, our application will perform better. And these class loaders, if the class could not be found when they are trying to load it, then they will throw a class not found exception. The JVM will throw this exception. Another way to dynamically load a class in our application at runtime is by using class.forName method, provide the class name. This method also throws a class not found if this particular class is not there on the class path. Once this class is loaded like this, we can create an instance of it and invoke the methods on it dynamically using the reflection API. So in this lecture, you have learned that an application or a JVM can have multiple class loaders. Every JVM need not have all these. It's up to the JVM implementation, but typically they will have a bootstrap class loader, an extension class loader, and a system class loader. It also allows us to create our own class loaders if required, and they are hierarchical. That is, parent and child. The child always requests the parent class loader to load a particular class. If it's already there, it will use it. The parent classes will never have access to the classes loaded by the child classes, but the other way around is possible.